Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now. Jumping into the latest Eagles news and rumors here in just 1 second. First, though, we are chasing the Cowboys report here for total subscribers, and we're losing big time. Like right now, they have 124,000 subscribers, America's team, whatever. We have 25,448. Help us catch the Cowboys. Go down below and hit that red subscribe button. We know you hate them. If you do, go down below and hit the red button. All right, let's jump to the latest Eagles news and rumors here on a Thursday, starting with the Combine news. There's a lot of Combine stuff coming out of Indianapolis over the past couple of days, as you're going to see, people running 40s and throwing footballs to nobody and doing all sorts of the Combine stuff. Personally, the NFL Combine to me is very, very dumb, but you at least get the opportunity to meet with players, and that's where front office people like Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, I think, make their money in terms of meeting these prospects, getting some one-on-one time, and figuring out who they like and who they do not like. And so, obviously, the Eagles are meeting with a wide range of players. There's been a couple of reports coming out about some quarterbacks they've met with as well, which has me a little bit intrigued, right? Because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors and hype around the NFL Combine. Just because they meet with somebody doesn't guarantee they're going to actually draft them. But I do want to go ahead and show you guys who the Eagles have been talking to over the past couple of days up there in Indianapolis. The first of which, Sam Howell, the quarterback out of UNC. Now, this one's interesting because Sam Howell is kind of one of those fringe first-round prospects. He went into last college football season potentially being the number one overall draft pick, potentially the best quarterback in the draft. Didn't have a very good year. UNC as a whole didn't have a very good year, and he slid. He's probably the third or fourth best quarterback in this draft, according to who you talk to. Will he be, the 25th overall draft pick? Will he be the 35th overall draft pick? We don't quite know. And so maybe they're just meeting with quarterbacks because that's what most teams do, or are they looking at a quarterback in round 2 because Howell could be that guy? So interesting thought there in terms of who they're meeting with there. At quarterback. Also, they met with Matt Corral, and this one was interesting because Matt Corral was doing his, press conference in Indianapolis, and of course, every team asked, "Have you met with us?" And he said, yes, he did meet with Philadelphia, and said it was a strong and a very good meeting. And Corral is not one of these fringe second-round guys you could draft to be potential backup to Jalen Hurts. Corral's a first-round quarterback. I mean, he had an incredible year at Ole Miss, and really got a chance to beat my Baylor Bears in the Sugar Bowl. Rocking my Baylor shirt today, by the way. However, he did get an ankle injury, knee injury in the first quarter. The Bears won. Either way, Corral is a first-round quarterback. I think he's probably the second or third best quarterback in this draft. You put Howell at 4 or 5, you move up Corral into the first round. I think he will go in the first round. And so why are the Eagles meeting with first round quarterbacks? I don't really know. I can't really tell you. Like, for me, I think it's very simple. The Eagles aren't going to get a quarterback in round 1. And so maybe they're just meeting with them to do their due diligence because of quarterback factory and Howie Roseman loves his quarterbacks. But it is a little bit odd that they meet with some of the first round guys, or at least so far, only meet with Howell and Corral and not Pickett and Willis, who are also potentially first round quarterbacks. So interesting stuff. Again, don't know what to make of this, but want to make you guys aware of who they're meeting with at the NFL Combine over the past couple of days. Add break pin comment down below. How mad would you be if Philadelphia drafted a quarterback in round 1? I'd be furious. I don't care if you only spend one of your first-round draft picks. You still get 2 defenders with the other 2. I don't care at all. Like, seriously, if they draft a quarterback in round 1, I mean, I'm at scale 1 to 10, a 10 in terms of, like, how mad I would be. Ridiculous if they were to do it. Let me know if you guys agree down below right now. Now, some other players that they met with, this is a lot more along the lines of players we actually would want in Philadelphia, a plethora of wide receivers. Confirmed so far, 5 wide receivers Philadelphia has met with at the Combine. Again, it could be more, but we know these 5 officially met with the Eagles over the past couple of days. Treylon Burks, personal favorite out of Arkansas. Jameson Williams out of Alabama. Drake London, apparently the number 1 overall wide receiver in this draft class from USC. Skyy Moore, I've talked about him a lot in the past couple of videos. And Justyn Ross out of Clemson. You'll notice a theme here, though. 3 of the 5 that you saw on your screen right there are not first-round guys. Like, Burks and London are 2 first-round guys. Williams, Skyy Moore, and Justyn Ross are probably not first-rounders. Maybe Jameson Williams sneaks into the first round. I don't think that he does, which maybe shows you that Philadelphia is looking at taking a wide receiver in round 2 and not taking one in round 1. I mean, again, just trying to speculate here. We have actually no idea. Jameson Williams would have been a first-round draft pick, maybe the number 1 overall wide receiver in this class, had he not been injured, obviously, with Alabama later on in the season. Still, big fan of his. You know I don't like taking wide receivers or don't like taking players in the first round with injuries, but in round 2, round 3, that's where you maximize your value. You get a first-round guy, and the injury bumps him down to round 2. Justyn Ross, another name there, obviously with Clemson, had a bad injury. He's going to be ready to go by the start of the NFL draft, really the start of the season, but one of those guys that could have been a first-round prospect. Didn't have a very good quarterback this past year with DJU. Was supposed to be a really good quarterback. It turns out that he wasn't, at least so far. But it does seem like Philadelphia is looking at maybe some of these second-round wide receivers. Again, trying to just kind of get in the mind of Howie Roseman and put together the conspiracy theory on who they might draft in the first or second round. They've also brought a mini basketball hoop with them to all of these meetings, I was thinking back to last year where they were playing rock, paper, scissors in the meetings, and that was a competition thing that people freaked out with Nick Sirianni. Well, now they have a mini basketball two-hoop, and you're shooting free throws, trying to go 5 for 5. And so Sam Howell mentioned how he went 2 for 5, and there was a couple of receivers. Treylon Burks went 5 for 5. This is what Nick Sirianni does. He's a competitive guy. Does it actually matter whether you make the free throws or not? No, he just wants to see how competitive you are and how much you like to, win even in the simplest games in terms of shooting a mini basketball hoop. So fun things are being had by all at the NFL Draft Combine. Although, I will say this, there is always a lot of hype and a lot of smoke, and you take it all with a grain of salt, right? Like, do you buy any of this Combine hype? Like at all? If you do, type Y down below for yes. If you do not, go ahead and type N down below for no. Speaking of the NFL Combine, you can actually bet on the NFL Combine. Like, seriously, you can 100% bet on the NFL Combine with our friends at BetUS. Look, you first off, use a link on your screen. Promo code EAGLES125 gets you 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. And you can bet on Aiden Hutchinson's bench press rep totals. Like, seriously, over under 35.5. So you can just bet that right now at BetUS. So if you want to go ahead and do that, you can definitely get your bets in. You can bet the fastest 40-yard dash from a position group, whether it be a cornerback, a wide receiver, or a running back. I mean, there's some fun bets to be had. You don't get to bet on football games. You can bet on the NFL Combine. Do it with our friends at BetUS. Link is on the screen right now. Use that promo code EAGLES125. Get you 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. All right, we will finish up by going through the well, let's just do it. The Russell Wilson news, even though there really isn't new Russell Wilson news. But anytime anyone talks about Russell Wilson, we have to bring it up here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. So Russell Wilson, of course, will he be traded? Will he not? Pete Carroll said over the week at the NFL Combine that they are not expected to trade Russell Wilson, but who knows if he's telling the truth, because no one is really, being 100% truthful these days. However, Adam Schefter was on ESPN, 97.5 The Fanatic in Philadelphia, and was asked about Russell Wilson being traded, and here's what he said. It's interesting, quote, "I don't view it as a likely scenario. I'm never going to rule anything out with the Eagles. That talk is out there and continues to be out there. Do I think Russell Wilson will be the quarterback for the Eagles in 2022? I don't think so. No, I don't believe that. I believe what's more likely is that the Eagles will end up trading one of these first-round picks, maybe two of these ones, to further arm themselves in next year's draft when the quarterback crop is expected to be deeper and more talented than this year." And we've heard that from multiple people saying that Philadelphia might trade back, get an additional first-round next year. That way you spend 2 this year, 2 next year, and then you have ammo to trade up for Bryce Young if the Jalen Hurts experience in year 3 really doesn't actually turn out to be a successful one. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, Howie Roseman was at the media podium over the past couple of days and was asked about Jalen Hurts, and once again gave a resounding yes for his support for Jalen Hurts. Throw it up on the screen. Quote, "Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think when you talk about the things that we talked about at the end of the season, nothing's changed. I think what's really has changed for us is the opportunity to add. It's a great time of the year for the Philadelphia Eagles, for us, for our staff. And being here, really getting everyone involved in the draft process. Start our free agency is up and coming. We've got to continue to add good players. We've got to continue to make sure that we're doing everything to maximize our players' abilities to be successful. And certainly that starts with our quarterback position with Jalen Hurts," end quote. So Howie again, and he's done this 4 or 5 times now since the end of the NFL season, backing Jalen Hurts. The question really is he being truthful? Is this actually what he believes about Jalen Hurts? Or is he just kind of, we love Jalen Hurts for sure, and then he'll trade for Russell Wilson in the end? Who knows? But I think for me, it's nice to hear at least Howie Roseman say some positive things about the quarterback that I want to be starting under center for Philadelphia in 2022. Do you guys believe the Howie hype? Like, do you actually believe Howie whenever he says things like that? If you type B down below for believe. If you do not, then go ahead and type D down below for don't. Okay, we'll go ahead and end and give shout-outs to people who commented on our community post. We asked the first 5 people to comment "Fly, Eagles, Fly," would get the intro and actually turn notifications on, would get featured in today's video. And so we have the official 5 right now. Brandon B, Esmeralda Cruz, Slipknot 2K Sean, Mark Celaya, how do you say your last name? Sorry. And Kazi all went ahead and commented on our community post and subscribed. Another reason why you should be subscribed to the channel, go down below and hit that red button. All right, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, at Thomas Mott. We approach 4K followers on Twitter. If you guys have questions, DM me. I get Eagle DMs on Twitter every single day. Try to respond as many as I possibly can. We have a mailbag video coming up later on tomorrow. Got some questions pulled for that one. Add some more down below using the hashtag Eagles. For Eagles Now, Thomas Mott signing off. To the rest of your day.